Hi, this is Allyson Sveda. I'm a Memorial Park member, and I also have the pleasure of being the executive director of Family Guidance. And I just wanted to give you a brief update about what's going on in our ministry. This summer has been very, very busy in both the mentoring and the Promise Camp front. But right now, we are actually halfway through our Promise Camp summer, if you can believe it. And kids are coming out in droves. We are set to, if the numbers continue, we're going to probably reach our goal or get really close to it of having 300 campers this summer. And this week, we are excited to welcome our Teen Week at camp. And again, we're seeing really high numbers for that. We are blessed to have 15, I think it is, girls, 15 female counselors, and 9 guys that are serving our campers. And if you remember Family Guidance, we really emphasize the relational aspect of camp. So we have one counselor for every 3 kids, 3 campers, which is what American Camp Association wants you to have a 1-to-10 ratio. We have a 1-to-3 just because our kids really need that attention and they just need that just that love and care poured into them. And so they know that they're loved right now for who they are. 68% of our counts or of our campers in the past have been returning. So for some of them, it is back to something that they love fondly. And for other kids, it's a new experience. We also have about a third of our kids that have an incarcerated parent. So, of course, this brings extra issues with it, but we want our kids to know that they are loved right now for who they are. And our camp, we have a lot of kids that experience fatherlessness. And I think it's especially important. We'd love to get a few more male counselors. I'd love to have it be an equal representation, just because those young men, I think, mean so much to the campers, especially the little boys. I think it's really important for them to see a role model, someone that looks like them in authority. And we have a beautifully diverse set of counselors that are really, even though they're college students, I think they are so wise beyond their years. They are amazing young men and women that really make you feel good after you watch the news at night and then you get to spend some time with these counselors. You know that there are some really solid, wonderful, good people out there that love the Lord and want to share him with others. And it's really been a beautiful thing to watch this summer. Just whether it's little kids, we just had our 7 to 10-year-olds last week, or maybe, the older kids this week. It's very beautiful to watch them pivot and be very attentive to their needs. So, and as you know, the kids are presented with the gospel in a formal way twice a day with our cabin Bible talks and then with our worship experience that we have at night. But I think that those counselors really are Promise Camp to those kids. And I'm so proud of them because I know that they are sharing the love of Jesus and just being, having that servant attitude is really a beautiful thing. And what we're anticipating is that a lot of these campers at the end of the summer are going to want to have a family guidance mentor. So we're actually decided this summer we're redoing our waiting list and we're going to give the campers priority in getting a new mentor, which is wonderful. We've been pouring into these kids. We don't want to let it say, see you next summer, all the best to you. We really want to be intentional. And if they would like a mentor, we would love to be able to match them up sooner rather than later. And of course, getting new mentors is a challenge, but it's something that we're really committed to. And I know it's a calling. We only ask for 1 year of someone's time. We do ask that our mentors meet with the children, or the child, I should say, on a weekly basis. We understand that life happens and, someone has the sniffles one week or someone has a business trip or something's going on. And it might not always work that way, but people really do make the effort. And it's been an exciting summer for mentoring. We are basically working through a new strategy, a programming strategy, and are reevaluating and changing up our surveys, and we'll be realigning our training programs. I think we've done a really good job of training and supporting our mentors. We ask people to give a year, and our average mentor match lasts actually 4 years. But it's been a really good summer working with the mentoring team, and we're going to be implementing these changes probably in August. So it's been very exciting.
How do people inquire about becoming a mentor?
How many people inquire? I just lost you here.
How do people inquire about next steps if they're interested? Hey, maybe I could be a mentor. What do I do next?
Yeah, well, you can just go to, if people want to go to our website at familyguidance.net, they can certainly do that, and we will connect you with our mentoring team, or they can just call the office and say, I'm interested in learning about mentoring, and then we can get that started. And there's, of course, an application process and interviews and screening and so forth, because we want to make sure that it's a great fit. And then I think our team does a really great job in actually making that match with the child and the adult. Many of people say like, oh my gosh, they like the same things I do, et cetera. And it's just really interesting how so many of our mentors say, especially when we have an annual survey of them, that they feel like they have been blessed more than the child has, just from what they've learned and experienced and now appreciate maybe that they didn't before. That's been very exciting. But if they call or look up familyguidance.net, if someone at all has an inkling and they feel a stirring that they should be a mentor, we would love to connect you with one of our supervisors and get that process started so you can ask questions and see if it's a good fit for you.
I know that some of the kids that have come to church, right? Because some of the people at our church are mentors, and they're just brilliant, amazing kids. Some of these kids are so gifted. They're a delight to hang out at like a men's Bible study or some of the
Yes, I think
that
I
they're
knew who you're
involved in.
referring
Yeah,
to. Little
yeah,
Devante, I think, is who
yeah, yeah,
maybe you're
yeah. And
referring
then
to.
Rogers, I
Oh,
forget
and
his name.
Jay Lear. I mean,
Jay Lear is so neat. Yeah,
they're just
delightful.
wonderful kids. They're just wonderful, and they just that relationship means so much to them.
Yeah, yeah. You're more blessed than you are being a blessing, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I saw Devonte at camp, and he was quick to tell me, I've been to Memorial Park.
Yeah, several times.
Oh
Are we
yeah.
allowed
Oh
to
yeah.
say that? Are we allowed to use their names and share that?
Well, we were not going to say last names or anything,
Right.
so
Okay. Very good. Yeah, that's
yeah.
great. Yeah. So you're doing really awesome work. So proud of what you're doing. You're making a huge difference with these kids just that are down the street from us, basically, right?
No, they are. I mean, I did a test one time, and I wanted to figure out, where are our donors, where do they live, and then where do the kids live that we serve? And it was when I had done that, this was a couple years ago, it was 8.3 miles. So these kids are not a world away. They're in your backyard, if you will,
Yeah.
and they really do need your time and your care. And it's beautiful to hear the stories and how mentors are presenting the gospel to the kids, which is really, really great.
How can we be praying for you at this specific time?
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate the prayers. We are in the midst of Promise Camp season, so if people could pray for, health and safety and protection of, the campers and the counselors, and just that everyone is healthy and safe, that would be great. We do our best, but we would appreciate binding that away from the camp. That would be wonderful. And just praying for new mentors to basically raise their hands and say, I'm interested in learning about this, and taking that step forward would be wonderful, because we have so many kids. This is even before we have the Promise Camp kids from this summer. We have 249 kids that are waiting for a mentor. And I mean, that's a real number. That number's been scrubbed. We don't have duplicates. Those are real people. We really would love to begin to address that long waiting list in a mighty way. And so we're hoping that people feel stirred and are obedient to that stirring and make an inquiry
Once
about
a
being a
week,
mentor with us.
pouring into an amazing child, a girl or a boy that
Right.
in her area that has true needs and struggles.
True needs and struggles. And when you meet some of these kids and they're, so fun, and then you learn their backstory, it's sometimes very shocking and saddening to hear what this is a little kid that has to go through this, let alone, if you or I would go through it, it would be bad enough. But for these little kids, what they are facing is really very remarkable. And we just want to grab onto that resilience and tell them that share Jesus with them and just give them some coping skills to be able to go through life because they've got a lot on their plate. So if people could pray for not only getting new mentors, but praying for all the kids in our program, that would be wonderful. They have a lot of situations at home that are going on. That would be appreciated. And also just praying for the financial resources. I mean, camp, for one thing, I'll just say camp is very expensive. It's very expensive for us to run camp. It's about $2,000 per kid for our charge. We ask um, parents to pay $40 just so they have some skin in the game. But the truth is, a lot of these parents don't have the money. We've had parents call and say, hey, I got a really big electric bill. I don't think my son can come to camp this week. And then we tell them, pay your electric bill. We want you to get that paid, but we still want your son to come to camp. So we have a large um, deficit there to make up between what the campers' families are paying, if anything, and what our actual charges are. So we depend on individuals and churches and foundations and so forth to come alongside us. But that need is really great. So if people could um, consider possibly giving or praying around that, we would appreciate it.
But that's the investment of something that's safe and
Right.
excellent, where the gospel can be presented in a way that's really heard and the kids
Hmm.
have a blast. It's really a good thing. It's a beautiful camp. The things you're doing
Oh, well, I
an impact
appreciate
for
that. Thank
generations.
you.
Yeah, amen.
Thank you. I appreciate that support, and I definitely appreciate the prayers around it.